We're here at day 2 of KetoCon. We're going to go to the regenerative farming panel that's like in 30 minutes. But until then, we're going to go shop the booths. And what was the vibration thing you wanted to try?
I don't remember what it's called. Something
Vibration therapy?
Something that shakes me.
Okay. We'll see if it shakes us.
And we changed people.
Oh, okay. Wow.
No sense wasting time.
This is your competitor, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, because I've considered one of these, but don't have one yet.
I tried one and I was like, I can't pay $600 for that. And then I got pretty hungry.
I got some for my birthday.
So it's like a massage, a vibration massager. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, now you have to try it on me. My turn. Oh. Oh wow.
It makes me itch.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like my whole brain is vibrating.
All right, Jeff, sell me on it, man. What do you got in your hands?
I don't think I can say on camera.
Oh my. You got the loud booth next to you. This is supposed to be relaxing.
I feel like if it turned up any higher, it could cook their bacon.
Did everybody wear comfortable shoes?
Like, make sure you got comfortable shoes on tomorrow.
Well-
By the way, you look amazing.
Thank you, and I got so excited. I finally figured it out. I was taking a shower this morning, and I thought, I know why I am so dazzled by the pipe and drape on all the vendor spaces and the stage.
Why?
Because clearly we shop at the same Burlington coat factory. I was like, why do I really like that? Oh my goodness, this is gonna be awkward.
Hey, can you believe this woman used to weigh over 300 pounds?
We know, but like how we feel in our body. How many people, raise your hand, it's not just weight loss. You feel different, your life is changing, and I love seeing that not just life changing, but also we're making some friends, right? We're coming out of our, how many people just to be here is outside of your comfort zone? They're like, I cannot believe that I come to a conference. Well, we are so glad that you made this choice because you know what? It's selfish. It is selfish. It is so that we get to know you. It's because we get to become friends with you and see you in real life. And I'm going to tell you, every single speaker here, they want to meet you. So do not be shy. You're going to have Dr. Barrett crying if he goes home and he didn't get to meet.
I had 50% blockage in my carotids and roughly 50% in the 6 arteries of the heart. And how did my doctor answer the question, could food have anything to do with this?
He said no. He said, but don't worry, we'll manage your decline. And our children were very, very young, like kindergarten age. We had 4 children, still have 4 children. But that, when he said, we'll just manage your decline, I didn't know what to do. Went home, Weldon stayed in the hospital another couple nights, but God was working on him. He had already had Weldon reading about pasture-finished beef. There weren't very many regenerative farmers or pasture-finished beef people in Texas. And so he moved us out of the city, out to the farm. I'm so thankful he did. I loved raising my children that way. I loved becoming a regenerative farmer and rancher. So anyways, you'll hear our story as we continue.
I was very overweight and very sick when I was younger. Ironically, came from a family of farmers. So 7 generations back, as far as my family could tell, were farmers, and the entire family was very sick, very obese. The last thing I wanted to do was have anything to do with farming. So what I wanted to do is help everybody get healthy. Was really motivated by that. And the only way I knew how was to be a clinician. So sort of fast tracked to be a preventative clinician. Got my doctorate in chiropractic, master's in sports rehab, and had some clinics in San Francisco. Was working a lot with a ketogenic diet, seeing how much metabolic health issues there were, how much metabolic dysfunction, and what a great tool keto was. So started a company called Perfect Keto, and worked on that for the last 4 or 5 years, trying to help as many people obtain metabolic health as possible. And on this journey, I just kept searching and asking the question, why are people so unhealthy, and how can we dig deeper and find the roots of this? On top of that, I think that, what I'd like to talk about as well during this panel today is that I found so many other problems in society, this disconnection we have, and all the problems that, people blame social media and these other things on. Climate change, nutrition, all these things, I think have a root, and that root is our food system. And I think that if we approach our food system in a proper way, we can return back to a little bit more wholeness, balance, harmony that we're missing. And so, Love Perfect Keto, got my own farm east of Austin here, 45 minutes away. I've been tinkering around myself, trying to figure out what is it like to be a farmer. And that has now led into a various amount of other endeavors, the help of Anna Weldon here, of course, in this amazing community. So yeah, excited to share my unique perspective, being a clinician, entrepreneur, farmer, and very amateur farmer. More of a holistic term of how we're participating in nature, in our ecosystem. And I think at the heart of it, if we optimize for food and for land, local economies, and place-based sort of solutions, all the stuff, the health, the land, everything kind of comes as a downstream effect. So that's how I think about regenerative. Also.
Okay, I'll continue with the regenerative. We raise and sell grass-finished beef. On our place in Lynn County, we get the energy from the sun that helps photosynthesize and grow our plants. The cattle graze that forage, whatever it might be. It's always a multi-species. As someone mentioned earlier, we always like to have a live root in the ground. When we get rain, we have a zero runoff because the water penetrates where the roots are and goes into the soil.
The basics and make it simple for yourself. We got to look that when symptoms show up, they're messengers to us. We've got to look at lifestyle being the cure and the prevention, and we got to get back to fixing the self. Just in summary, a couple of things that I would tell you to do when you hear a lecture like this or throughout the day is at the end of the day, pick 3 things you're going to change. 3 things that you can succeed at. Because you don't need motivation when you go to put your health on the right path. You need momentum. And so what you want to do at the end of a day like today or at the end of a conference like this is find your 3 things and just practice the habit of those 3 things. Maybe from this lecture I'm going to be more grateful. Maybe I'm going to change my oils is the next thing I'm going to work on. And then maybe I'm going to get up every morning and tell myself good things that the body can heal. However you decide to approach it, don't take everything we're saying and be like, okay, I'm not going to fix all that. Let's just take 3 things and let's apply that every day, and you will build momentum and you will look back a year from now and you won't even recognize yourself. So with that, we finished on time.
We did it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, so Lindsay and I have never tried Keto Brick.
Accurate.
And this is the time.
What happened?
This is the time to try Keto Brick. Okay, so I've heard rave reviews about this one. It's sold out, but we can still taste it. I love that. Okay. Okay, I'm trying brownie batter. It's very salty.
This definitely tastes like frosting with a little take of like the pineapple. A lot of it.
It is very salty.
That is good.
But you know I love Element. So I can totally get behind the saltiness. But it would take some getting used to if you're not used to salty chocolate. All right, I'm going to try the nootropic icing.
I like that one.
Okay. Ooh, that's a big one.
She wasn't me. She was my baby.
Icing. Oh, wow. The vanilla flavor is very, very forward. It has like pineapple coconut flavor. Wow, very flavorful.
Yeah, that's came by on day 1 and tried it. I was like, I did not waste my money.
He did not waste his money.
That's what he said.
What? That is amazing. Don't eat that one. I'm going to buy that one.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I have to find the tiny pieces because if I eat a big piece of every single
But
one,
if you
I
eat a
will
big
be
piece of
so
every single
full.
one, we don't need to go get lunch.
That's true. Chocolate peanut butter.
That's like the Whopper malted milk. Yeah, that's mine.
The salt definitely works for the peanut butter. I like that. All right, I have to try the blueberry muffin because they've raved about the blueberry muffin. Blueberry muffin. Oh, now that one is really smooth. Some of them are more gritty. Wow. That is so interesting how it tastes like a blueberry muffin.
I think the sherbet icing is very
All of them are salty. Be prepared for the saltiness. There's a little bit of an aftertaste in the blueberry muffin that I don't care for. But the flavor that hits you on the front side is very good. Let's see, what else should I try? They have peanut butter, toasted almond coconut, coconut cream, mocha cream, cookies and cream, or no, milk and cookies, and chocolate malt.
Or even more hype.
Right.
He's the mommy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good, man. Let me get on your list here.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
But congrats on your journey and
Thanks, man.
for finding a way to do it all and still be healthy, because that's the challenge, man. And eating and nutrition is more important than people let on. And I'll use the example of salt. So if I put salt on your tongue and your body needs more salt, it will respond. It will say, give me more, or immediately say, don't give me more, right? Immediate response. If you swallow a salt tablet, 20, 30 minutes later, you might feel bloated and you're like, what's going on? Oh, I got too much salt. That's what happens when we swallow nutrition. We bypass our body's innate knowledge of what it needs. Because those bottles could say whatever the heck they want, but do you need 8 capsules? Does he need 8 capsules? Does she need? How do they know? We're bio-individuals and we need to eat our nutrition so that we serve our own bio-individuality. So that's why
Totally
I'm all
cool.
for, I'm like, organ meats, I love that they're doing organs, but I'm for eating the organs.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
I just know though that we're not going to eat them if I tell you to go, buy a liver and eat it. We're just not doing it. So what I did was I set out to solve that hurdle. It's not, people think it's icky, they don't know how to cook it and they don't know how to source it. So what I did was I took the same ingredients that they're using in supplements, but I combined it with organic spices and herbs. You use Redmond real salt, and now you have a seasoning that's no different than any seasoning out there, but now it's superfoods, anything you add it to, and it makes food taste better because it's umami flavor does that.
All right, Lindsay's going to try carnivore snacks for the first time.
Which do I try first?
The pork loin is the best. Actually, I haven't tried the brisket, but the pork loin is my favorite. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
It's almost vulgar.
And the flavor. I mean, there's the texture, but the flavor.
Would it be better for me to buy from you here now or off your app? Probably here now.
So we were talking about these on our live stream the other week.
Yeah.
They're almost like cheese whisk texture.
Yes.
Yes.
That is what it feels like.
Isn't that weird?
That is bizarre.
But I think cheese whisps are too heavy. I like the chicken breast.
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, that's like 50% fat.
That one's not 50%.
You don't think so?
63%.
I mean, just visually. Just visually.
That's good.
Okay, which one's your favorite?
Now I see the ribeye. Dagnabbit.
Oh,
I feel like the pork loin.
yeah. That one was my favorite.
Was it?
Yeah.
Twinning. Always.
Levi's favorite too.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's really good.
All right, you gonna try the other ones?
I feel like I kind of have to.
You do. Sorry. Sorry.
So how do you create the sliders?
So it's ground lamb or beef. Put it in like a tube basically. And then it goes through.
Lamb is good.
Is it? I haven't tried that one.
I'm gonna have to. I can't imagine why.
Ooh.
I think I like the lamb better than the beef on the slider.
Okay.
version.
Okay.
I feel like the ribeye is better than the brisket.
Really?
Because you can't buy it all. I like how the fat stays chewy, but the meat is crispy.
Yeah, and the fat kind of melts in your mouth.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay, so the pork loin or the ribeye, which one's better?
Why do you have to give me hard choices?
Yeah, I mean, it is pork versus
Who likes
beef.
the brisket the best?
Okay.
I'm gonna say I really liked the pork loin because like that flavor profile like instantly.
I know.
And it was so thin.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with that
Yeah,
one.
that's what I said on my review is pork loin.
Pork loin.
If you're gonna buy just one, do the pork loin.
Pork loin.
It's cheaper too.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean ribeye is expensive. That's the ribeye.
But I will say
And those are the sliders.
that
They're
lamb
like
slider.
chips.
Do you want to try the lamb slider?
I do.
Okay, do you want me to hold your camera?
Okay.
My hands are very full.
Your hands are rather full. I'm waiting for the lamb.
I would like that.
That's good.
I thought it was pretty good. And then I don't know if you've had the beef ones.
I have had the beef ones.
I liked the lamb better than the beef.
And it's not like too lamby. Sometimes lamb can be too strong.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. I didn't feel like it was lamb at all.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
It's good. It's good.
It was such an obsession, I wrote my senior thesis, a 50-plus page research paper on the obesity remedy. I've been thinking about this problem for a long time. And I proceeded, after high school, I went to college, I had a degree in chemistry, I did a minor in biology, and really, it was all so I can funnel the sciences through, how can I use this to lose fat and build muscle? And after college, I went to dental school, and by this time, I was coaching people with body composition stuff. I wanted to practice what I preached, so I did my first physique competition when I was in dental school. A number of years later, I was at a gym, and a gym friend convinced me to do another one. It's really not that fun, but so I did another one a number of years later. But I want to come back to this picture that I mentioned earlier. Over the last 25 plus years, I have studied, I've researched, trying to find the problem, and I've used myself as like a personal guinea pig and doing experiments pretty much nonstop for the last 2+ decades. And these experiments, a lot of them have been really dumb. And this one was kind of dumb. And so back in dental school, I wanted to do a classic bulk, like I wanted to put on some muscle. And so you know what I added to my baseline diet to put on the weight? And by the way, I didn't want to just put on fat. I was hoping to just like mainly put on muscle. But I put on a lot of fat. Guess what food I added to my baseline diet? Healthy fats, quote unquote healthy fats. I started eating lots of nuts, almonds, and walnuts, and quote unquote healthy vegetable oil. What he calls the displacing foods of modern commerce. These displacing foods of modern commerce were predominantly the flours and the sugars, and these vegetable fats made up a far smaller percentage. But today, these vegetable fats make up 20 to 30% of the modern diet. So 9 out of 10 dentists aren't going to do what Dr. Price did and stray out of their lane, even if a head-on car collision's coming. But I would argue all dentists need to expand their lanes here. We need to be concerned about obesity and its impact on oral health. Because dentists have a front row seat to see obesity in the mouth and the dire consequences of airway obstruction. So, what does our mouth say we should be eating? What do we get when we add up the clues? What diet changes led to cavities? What diet changes led to malocclusion? What diet changes led to obesity? And what were our ancestors eating that prevented cavities? What were they eating that enabled them to develop these broad dental arches where all the teeth fit in and they didn't need to get their wisdom teeth extracted? And what were our ancestors eating before obesity was a problem? Well, I would argue this ancestral diet is the polar opposite of the current modern diet. A diet where we have this situation today where being a dentist is the most secure job in the world. The demand for dentists outpaces all professions. Why? Because the mouth is the canary in the coal mine. It is the early warning system that is telling us when our diet is off.
Life on keto without pain and help you stay fit.
It's one of the two crazy ketos in the wild. Oh yeah, we couldn't stop talking.
That's our problem.
Oh, and.